Hey everybody on YouTube, this is What Goku here. I just wanted to make another Skyrim video because my performance, I had VSync on and I had to go into the options and edit some of the .ini files to turn off VSync. But yeah, like same old, everything's maxed out. 1920 by 1200 resolution. We're playing right now on a 2GB EVGA 670 GTX for the win that factory overclocked. So when I mean factory overclock and I mean stock, I'm talking about the video card that is at. I haven't overclocked it, I haven't gone into the options, it's just you pretty much bought it from the store and put it in your computer and updated the drivers. So that's all I did to it. And put a, I don't know if you can see the back plate, but I put a EVGA 680 GTX back plate on there, so that only lowered the temps 1 to 2 Celsius under GP load. So right now we're playing, and before I start that, I'm just going to kind of go in here and make sure that I have all my temps monitored. So you can see right now Fraps is running, and I like to just run GPU-Z or GPU-Z, and everything right now is stock settings, so 1006 megahertz on the GPU core clock, and the memory 1552 megahertz, and on the boost clock 1085 megahertz. So right now I put these on the highest settings, so it's recording all the clock speeds and the temperatures under load. So now we got all that, and I got to make sure, so MSI Afterburner is running right now. I don't know how we can see it. Everything is on stock. I haven't overclocked on anything. So now we're going to go back into Skyrim. So Skyrim's kind of funny. When I alt-tabbed out of it, you literally have to press alt-tab again and go back into it. So our frames per second is, we're using a program called Fraps, and it is in the top right hand corner, so I'm not sure how well you can see it. That's showing 1000 frames per second, but we're just in the main menu. This isn't my character, this is just a character my nephew made, so I'm just kind of showing the frames per second. We are running everything, the highest settings, with the high-res texture pack. This is the pirate version. I will show you the version number. This is showing 1.7.7.06, so that's the update version that we're using, the patch. Highest res texture, so texture 1 and texture 2 pack. We do have the Dawn Guard DLC pack in here too, so everything, highest graphic settings. As you can see, there's the, now this is DirectX 11 game, so pretty much you have all the tessellation features with the upgraded patches, and I don't know how well you can see it. I mean, the detail is amazing. This isn't my character, I'm just kind of showing you guys. The frames per second right now is showing 100, we're showing 99 frames per second, and let's say I just move around like crazy. Yeah, it's pretty steady. I can max this game out like there's no tomorrow on one EVGA GTX 670 for the one graphics card. So we're just going to kind of move around. Right now the frames per second that I'm getting is showing 120, and the game just crashed. And the reason why it crashed was because I had the VSync off. So when you have the VSync off, like I said, it crashes. That's kind of why I didn't have it on the other review. Just the temperatures right there, because the graphics card didn't crash because it's not unstable, it's just the game. We're getting 75 frames per second Celsius on the temperature, and I was getting 98% GPU load, so it's not bad. The core boost clock, this is the highest you can get for the average for the stock card, is 1189 megahertz. So that's why I tell people you don't need to overclock at all. VRAM usage, now this is insane. 1,862 megabytes of VRAM that it was using in that game when it was benchmarking, so that's the highest that I've seen. So we're just going to try to launch it again. It might crash, it might not crash. Right now I'm just gonna see if I can like load it in the same game save as you've seen before where I was inside that building. So right now, yeah, we're just gonna go in the Reg and Flugeln. And this was same as before. I don't know if you guys remember where it was locked at 60 frames per second. We are getting 80, 82 on the high-res texture pack. I'm sorry, yeah, this guy keeps attacking me when so as you can see, 77, and this is literally the highest. Once you install the high-res texture pack, it boosts the graphics where they look wonderful. I mean, I wish the game would have came like this when it was first made, but it really didn't. So I'm just going to walk around for a second if you guys would stop talking to me. Okay, here we go. So I'm just walking around. I got too much stuff in my gear, so you can see here's the frames per second right here. You're getting 76, 86 right now. And I'm going to combine this review with the other review. Just take it with a grain of salt. This room is very, very demanding. So that's kind of why I'm just doing it in this room, and I'm doing a little walkthrough. 117. So outside, I would say you're getting at least probably 92 to 115 frames per second outside with the one EVGA 670 GTX for the win. Here's a waterfall, so this would be really demanding in any other games. And I'm going to stop right here, and you can see 101 frames per second. So I'm getting 101 right there. My character, yeah, pretty much stopped moving because there's so much gear on. And as you can see right there, I'm just getting 101 frames per second. Now let's see if I can move. So I'm looking at the waterfall right now, and I'm getting 199, 97. This is with the high-res texture pack. Highest settings that you can get for the graphic settings. Now if I look up at the sky right now, I'm getting 185 frames per second. Yeah, really, I don't recommend you turning off VSync on this game because there's so many problems where you might get flickering, or you, like you've seen in this video, you get a crash where it just crashed the desktop. That doesn't mean my computer's unstable, it doesn't mean my video card's unstable, it's just a problem with these games. Bethesda, who makes this title, they had this problem with the Fallout 3 series and Fallout New Vegas. Right when you turn off VSync, you get crashes to the desktop. It's just the games aren't patched that much. I'm going to try to go back in the menu again. Like I said, here, let me go out of the waterfall. Sorry if you guys kind of see that. I don't know how well you can see it, but the version number, the patch number is 1.7.7.06. That's a patch number. Highest graphic settings you can have in the game. It's the same as the other video. I didn't change anything. I just edited the file. So you can have, right here, under the waterfall, you can see I'm at 74. That's the lowest that I've seen underneath. And yeah, it's really demanding in this cavern level. I'm at 75 frames per second. Yeah, it's not going to drop any lower than this. You can see we were outside. The graphics, yeah, download the high-res texture pack if you have this game. This is the, like I said, most of the games I download, they're the pirate versions, so you just have to find them online. I don't know, like piratebay.com or something like that. You know, you can find them online. Yeah, so they're pirate versions. And I'm going to show the temperatures right here we were getting for Skyrim. It was showing 79 degrees. That was the max temperature right now. 99 GPU usage. The fan speed only went up to 56% fan speed. This noise you hear, that is the power supply fan on the Corsair GS800. So if you're wondering what that is, that's not the video card. The video card is silent. You can't even hear it at all. Let's see right here. The fan speed, the RPM, is showing 2100 RPM, so it's very, very silent. The core clock, the boost clock, is showing 1178 to 1189 megahertz. So I mean, it's silent. The crazy thing, so outside you're going to get more VRAM usage. Right now it's showing when we were inside we're only getting at the max 1163 megabytes of VRAM, but when we were outside it went crazy to, like I said, 1800 megabyte of VRAM. That's the highest I've ever seen. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If you need at least 2 gigabytes of VRAM, you know, with the high-res texture packs, because if you have 1 gigabyte of VRAM, you're going to get this thing where it uses too much of the frame buffer on the video card. So the VRAM is like how many gigabytes of RAM or megabytes of RAM you have on the video card. If you go over the 1 gigabyte of VRAM, it's going to start to use your system memory. So that's DDR3 1600 megahertz 16 gigabyte, and that memory is a lot slower for games than the memory that I'm running on the video card itself, on the EVGA 670 GTX for the win. So you always want to have as much VRAM depending on the resolution that you have. Now I'm only running 1920 by 1200 resolution, which is really demanding. I would say, you know, from what I've been hearing from other people, up to 2560 by 1600 resolution, that is like a 30-inch display. You know, that's really high resolution. You only really need 2 gigabytes of VRAM. That's the highest that you really need for that resolution that I've been hearing from people. Now, if you run like Nvidia surround on some of these, if you run 3 monitors, 3 displays, then you're going to need, you know, probably up to 3 or 4 gigabytes of VRAM, because it's such a high resolution. You know, the 5600 by or 5800 by, you know, 1920, you know, huge resolutions that these people are having, you know. So they need, usually a lot of those people, they'll have 2 to 3 video cards. Really good thing I've seen people who've run 2 of the 4 gigabyte 680 GTX graphics cards, and they're getting pretty decent frames per second at high resolutions with 3 monitors. I would say you try to run at least 3 high-end video cards if you're running huge 3 displays. You just have to make sure the drivers for the game support that many video cards in SLI or Crossfire. So 3 cards would be Tri-SLI for Nvidia side, and then AMD side would be Crossfire X or AMD Tri-Fire, you know, so it would be 3 video cards if you're running in that configuration.